Hi everyone. So I started with the live video. 2 times I tried it, and 2 times I got kicked out, which hasn't happened like this before when doing these live videos. But yeah, and there's nothing different in circumstances or how do you say it, environment or something. But I now got on Ruud, my partner, his internet, so we'll see how it works. But okay, so consent I was speaking about, and yeah, we are being confronted with different kinds of abuse. Hi, thank you for your like. Who are you? Can you, because I only see your logo, and could you type in who you are? Otherwise I will see it later, but you know, it's not very clear always when doing live videos who is attending, and afterwards I always see that a lot more people were attending, but I didn't see them at all during the session. But thank you for attending anyway, and welcome. So I was speaking about yeah, we're confronted with several kinds of abuse on a daily basis, and that is also individual. But I hear a lot of stories from others. A lot of the times they aren't aware of that it's all about abuse, and a lot of times they are as well, but they just let it happen because they don't know how to go about it. But also on a global scale, collectively, abuse is happening a lot, and that has been throughout the ages, since a very, very long time. But also more and more people become aware of it since the last couple of years. More and more people become more conscious about the fact that it happens on a daily basis, constantly, and on a massive scale. And that is a good thing, because when people become more conscious, then things can change, things can heal, things can be transformed, transmuted, and life can be better for every living being, for everyone involved. And that is a good thing for everyone, including those who, including the, I would say, perpetrators. This is something a lot of people aren't aware of in the way that I mean it. So I'm going to explain what I mean with this. So the theme is consent. And what I see a lot, what I experience a lot, is that a lot of people just let anything happen without acknowledging what is actually happening. They just let it be, they just let it happen, and they do nothing about it. Even when it happens to themselves. A lot of people are very passive and let everything come over them, whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. And there is little to no, how do you say it, consideration in if it actually benefits them, what they let come over them, if it's a good thing, if it contributes to their life, to their overall well-being, and that of others as well. So when somebody, I'm going to speak in the you form, and just be aware of it, that you don't have to feel, don't feel that it's about you when it's not, and I'm not judging, but when it is about you, then you can, feel within yourself if it is a good thing to, look at things and situations in a different way and maybe change them for the better. It's just a suggestion for your own well-being and that of others, of your environment and of the greater good. And it's no judgment. But I'm going to speak in the you form because that makes it more clear. So when you let others in your environment tell you things, tell you bad things about you, and that you're worthless, for example, or that you should do this and should do that, while you're not, when it doesn't make you feel good about yourself, when it only hurts you and makes you feel bad about yourself, when it makes you feel small and like you're a failure or whatever, when it really makes you feel bad about yourself and about who you are and about what you do, and it doesn't contribute in any way to you growing, healing, evolving in any way, you just know it is abuse. It's that simple. You don't have to, think about it too much, because, when it's only misery that people are, sending to you or bringing you down, instead of, trying to make you stronger and lift you up. Although that might also come in a form that is a bit fierce or, a bit stronger, that is okay. But when it's really downright bringing you down and making you feel bad about yourself, then it's different from, supporting you in getting stronger and not wallowing in victimhood. These two are very different, and for some people it is very difficult to, to experience the difference, but actually it isn't that difficult. Again, when it is meant to lift you up, to make you stronger, to see you the possibilities you aren't seeing, and just saying, you shouldn't just wallow and stay in this victimhood and nothing works and it's just not going to work, etc. And I'm not good at this and I'm not going to make it because I am no good or whatever. When people don't agree with you and say, okay, now it's enough, and do things that really contribute to your own well-being and automatically then to others, that is different from when people are saying, you're no good, or you're not going to make it, or you are unable to do this or that or whatever. That is a total other vibe, total other frequency, with total other intentions behind it. If you need help, if you need support in being able to know the difference, then you can at all times contact us and see where we can support you, because this is something that we can really help you with. My partner and I do intergenerational trauma healing, as I call it, and that is very broad. It consists of very many elements and ways of going about it. So if you want to know more about it, if you want to discuss things, if you just want to, share with us how you feel, what is happening, etc., then by all means do that. And it's non-bindingly, so have no hesitation to contact us if you feel like it. But it's very important to be conscious about things, because again, the theme is consent. When you're just giving consent to abuse or any non-beneficial behavior of others that is really bringing you down, making your world small, even perhaps dangerous for you. And we totally understand when there's really severe abuse and your world seems very small and you feel like you can't go anywhere and there's no one to be trusted in your surroundings, then we understand that you feel like it is impossible to turn it around. But please have faith and do know that there is a way. Because I will tell you something that is very important to realize as well. We all deal with what I call the laws of nature, or the universal laws, whatever you want to call them. And they are always active and they always do their work. You don't have to worry about, and especially when you are pure within, when you have pure intentions, then you don't have to worry at all in the end. But when you're concerned about if things are possible to change for the better, then I can tell if you just believe, if you just have faith in what people call source or God or the highest good or whatever you want to call it, and the universe, the laws of nature, the universal laws. If you just have faith, because they are there, it all exists. It doesn't matter if you believe it or not, or you doubt them, they're still there, and that won't change. It's a fact. But if someone hurts you, harms you, makes you feel bad, makes choices for you in your life that aren't beneficial for you, or when someone or organizations or whatever environment is forcing you to do something or to refrain from things that are actually beneficial to you and your environment, then you can rest assured that what people call what goes around comes around, and that the universal laws will do their work. Because the greater good, the holistic entirety, life, all that is, the universe doesn't tolerate any being to harm its entirety, and especially for no reason. it doesn't accept it. So then when someone does something that harms others, harms other beings, harms the greater good, then naturally that has its consequences. And it might not be directly that someone experiences it. It might take a while, but in the end, it's just a natural process. What someone gives, what someone puts in, someone's input will come out. It's that simple. So, and it's for all of us. So when we don't care at all about what we do to others, to ourselves in the first place, because when you're harming others deliberately, you're definitely harming yourself as well. So that is very important to realize. When other people are harming you, then they're harming themselves as well, because it isn't beneficial for themselves either to, destroy things, to destroy others and the greater good, the environment, because it will always turn around and eventually destroy themselves. It is very good to know, without any havoc or hatred or judgment or whatever. And by the way, judgment is a neutral word. You can make a judgment in a neutral way as well. That is also very important to realize, because a lot of the times people use the concept of judgment, and they see it as a negative thing in itself. But in itself, it isn't negative. It's only negative when you have a negative opinion about something, and you have a negative intention behind just expressing what you see is happening, or what you feel, or what you don't agree with, or what you don't accept. So there's nothing wrong with having a judgment on itself. Let me see, I'm going to share a bit of the environment. So there's nothing wrong with judging, but being judgmental in a harmful way with negative intentions is something else. Okay, so it is important to realize that. And it is also important to acknowledge when abuse is taking place, when abuse is happening, either towards yourself and individually, or towards other beings, and definitely also collectively, because that is what we have seen a lot, that when collective abuse happens, people are looking somewhere else. They're just, downplaying it. They feel like, okay, so it doesn't affect me directly, so I just do as if I didn't see it or hear it, that I don't know about it, and I'm just looking the other way, and that's it. That also is very harmful, because what is very important to realize is that you make yourself, quote unquote, guilty of accepting abuse while experiencing it, while knowing it, while being aware of it. And doesn't benefit you to just ignore it or to downplay it. You know, what I have experienced a lot the last couple of years is that a lot of people are saying, yeah, you should treat it all with love and only love, and you can't, you know, you aren't allowed to speak up and express what you feel about themes as abuse, as physical abuse, emotional abuse, mental abuse, spiritual abuse, abuse in any way. When you're expressing yourself about it, what I have experienced the last couple of years, people feel like I'm so, how do you say it? It's too much for them, and even to points that they say that they feel like I'm aggressive when I say that I don't accept other people killing people on a big scale, that I don't accept other people harming and hurting other life beings for no reason. When I'm very expressive about it and to make other people aware of what's happening, people call it aggressive. And the interesting thing is that they actually how do you say it? Defend those perpetrators, and those who don't accept this abusive behavior are a lot of the times attacked and called aggressive, for lack of other words that I can now come up with. But they actually praise those who are doing criminal deeds on a large base, on collectively, globally, massively, on a massive scale. They praise them, and they're speaking about how they do their best to whatever help people, and how they are so how it's a pity that they are victims of others, while they are killing people on a massive scale. They're destroying people's lives on a massive scale, and other people say that it's a sad thing for them, and that those who don't accept it are aggressive. They put these people on a pedestal, and they let themselves be abused massively, very severely, and they say, but yeah, you have to be lovingly about it. You can't speak bad about them. We're not speaking bad, we're just, acknowledging what is happening. We're just expressing the facts. That's not aggressive. Giving your consent is what you do when you're speaking like this, and when you accept this all. And there's no aggressive thing about it when you don't accept abuse. I can't see how that is aggressive. Love, unconditional love, doesn't mean you accept very, very, very harmful behavior. Behavior that might even destroy the entire planet, entire humanity. Is it aggressive when you don't agree with that? You don't accept it? And is it lovingly when you accept it and when you put those beings that are that harmful, that behavior that is so harmful and that destroys everyone and everything, anyone, anything, is it loving to accept that? Just let it happen year after year after year and say, yeah, oh yeah, we should just lovingly, deal with it, and just, we can't harm them, we can't say that they're doing bad things, etc. I'm sorry for my voice and for mimicking this, what I really don't understand, this passive behavior, this victimhood, this martyrdom. And yes, we've had very many examples of martyrdom. For some reason, martyrdom is really praised as well. It is propagandized very much. There's a lot of propaganda for martyrdom. There's a lot of marketing for martyrdom. I don't like it at all. I have to vomit about it. I despise it. I'm sorry for my words. Nobody benefits from this kind of paradigms. It is very harmful for everyone and everything, for the entirety, for the greater good. And I don't like it when people, beings, and me included, but I'm not only speaking about myself, people that really want to contribute to the greater good, want to heal, want to help people, other living beings, animals, the planet, heal, thrive, take care of it, that we're attacked all the time for doing that, for caring, for being considerate, while those who destroy everything and everyone are being praised. And that people say, yeah, you should be loving to them. Again, being loving doesn't mean accepting everything, accepting that everything is destroyed. How is that loving? How is that loving? When you have, how to say it, a very vulnerable being that is standing in front of you, do you consider it very lovingly when you let them attack you for no reason at all, when you let them yell at you and say that you're no good and that you're a disaster, that you're I see you like again. Thank you very much for your contribution. I mean it. Thank you very much for connecting and for the greater good. I mean it. And I'm a bit emotional about it because you understand what I'm speaking about. I'm sorry I can't see who you are, but thank you very much. We do this together. But do you really feel it's loving when you let yourself be attacked by someone who does that without any purpose, without any consideration, without any intention that things get better? Yes, I know there's also a lot of hurt, and there are people that at some point attack you because they feel so hurt and they don't feel like they can change things for the better. But it's totally different from really having the intention to destroy something or someone without any empathy at all. Just, downright lying and playing roles and, deceiving others. It's not that difficult to see what is real, what is true, and what not. To feel, to hear, to use all your senses. Use all your senses at the same time. Use your intuition. Don't close it off. You have it for a reason. Utilize it. This is the gift that was given you from Source. To utilize it for the better, for the greater good, for yourself, for your own well-being, and of that of others. And it is harmful when you let other beings, and indeed see them as vulnerable beings that are in front of you, that are trying to bring you down, that are trying to destroy you and your life and your environment and everything and anything, the planet, the universe. It isn't loving when you just let them and say, oh, you don't know better. I just let you. I just let you destroy everyone and everything. That isn't loving at all. Not towards yourself and not towards others and your environment. So please consider it. You don't have to be brave in a way that you step into a role of, it's not about saving the world. You don't have to lift heavy weights on your own. You don't have to be an example for others if you don't feel like you are able to do that. When you're just, in surviving mode, or you have to help yourself, or you don't have, the power or the resources or whatever to do it on a bigger scale. Everyone has his and her own role in this greater good. And also everyone has his and her responsibility. Because it is about your own well-being, and the well-being of others and your environment is also about your own well-being. So when you let someone else suffer, you just know about it, and you can do anything about it, even just caring. And for example, just being here for this person, and even just acknowledging what is happening, then you're taking good care of yourself as well and of everything around you. If you just neglect it, if you just ignore it, if you're just, downplaying it, then you're hurting yourself and others. And again, it always backfires as well. So please make the right choice. You don't have to express things publicly. You don't have to stand on a stage to just contribute and to make the right choices and to make a difference for yourself and your surroundings, your direct surroundings, but also for the world, for the greater good. Because everything has its ripples, a ripple effect, and everything is connected. Just be aware of that, please. And again, what I always say, when you take good care of yourself, you're taking good care of your environment as well, automatically. So it is a bad thing to believe that you're worthless. you're not helping anyone with it. Not yourself and not the greater good. So please step out of that victimhood, step out of that martyrdom, and care about yourself. Be empathetic towards yourself. Be grateful for who you are. And let others be able to be grateful for that as well. Thank you. Okay, this is what I wanted to share with you guys for now. And again, when you want to discuss these kind of themes and more about this, you can always contact me, contact us. You guys know where to find us. We put it out there very clearly, so have no hesitation. Again, thank you for attending, either live or afterwards. And